The official start for our pre-Sumo grads. Our two featured men in the second row, dead center. As the young referee theatrically says, they will now be on the rankings chart, and all support is most welcome. For the sumo life ahead is a merciless one. At the other end of which hobbles Chiyotairyu, forfeiting today's bout and his career after retiring sometime last night. He was mooting it in September, said his coach Kokonoe, and nearly quit on us then. It seems he's reached his limit, he can't achieve the desired power, and as there's no point in fighting if you don't want to be here, I've agreed to let him go. To destination unknown as yet, as the 34-year-old will not be staying in Pro Sumo. He becomes the second ex-komusubi this year to not secure elder stock, and will reveal more about his future at the press conference tomorrow. The last bout today was a local affair between boys from Kumamoto, and the crowd responded loyally. When even those kinds of fans, and Chiyotairyu has his, can't inspire a man strong enough to do this, and withstand most of this, to put on a sash for just one more day, you can grasp just how low he'd need to be to walk away from it all. Withstanding the pain is what wrestlers do, adversity being their beer buddy. Kyokutaisei seems in yet worse condition, but still spurs himself to go on. He freely admits he shouldn't be here, rather resting up further at home, but he still found the strength to go 4-0, showing little concern for art. Believing your past can be part recreated is fuel for any ex-salaried man, but what if your past is salary-less? What is the drive behind this man here? Kaoru Fuji, nigh 35, has long passed the time when he dreams of success. He has no role to play on the tour these days, not a fan even asks him to chat. And yet, so sustained is he by a love of his lot that he summons resolve like this. A masterclass in the breakage of grip, testing if scoops can aid his wriggle, before dragging back and scooping up to free his belt from enemy left, and bring his own left round the side, laying the ground for outer arm throw when his foe begins to turn in. The strength of that spirit, that fire within, is something we'd all like to have. And those who instill it are just as revered. Serial winner Coach Nagai, for example, now giving away the 100 books on coaching and motivation that he's made time to read, and trusted enough by his high school rival to thicken the shell of his nephew, so that teenage Hoshoryu would get bumped about and hardly lose heart at all. Instead, piling on pounds, bolstering muscle, and soaking up knowledge, convinced it would lead to revenge. I think we can say he got that today. Right smoothly in, kick smoothly read. Left trip tried, but left trip fled. Left throw tried, second kick thwarted. Right grip taken, monkey encircled. Inner trip tried, head knocked aside, grip readjusted, and monkey thrown wide. That desire to endure the longest of sessions hitting thick-walled flesh is something we also admire. With that comes the grit to hold favoured position for minutes on end, to tire your foe into rashly trying to break the impasse and hopefully overcommit. Braver still is the man who learns from all that and forces the pace before stances lock with a level of risk he can handle. Takayasu's just done that twice to this man, having mused what a champion might do. Abi and Oho are still level pegging with him and the fiery dragon. When you stand in their midst and feel oh so small as you take in their weight and size of their arms, you can never imagine these men as weak. Yet weakness is what they often feel, not least when training goes wrong. "I've lost the belief," said Iron Man Uda after this public pasting on tour. "I've spent every drop. The fans want more. But how can I go beyond here?" You'd seen him lose his past 7 bouts, leaving all kinds of dents in his psyche. But we saw every day what he wanted to do. Never once was his style abandoned. Most of those bouts turned on paper-thin margins. And what Hakuho termed continuity's power, the value of sticking to what you do best, was more than confirmed by Uda today. And by vintage Uda from start to last, just as he'd done so this time last year. And the man himself shed tears of relief. He knows he is strong after all. Hence back he will come to do this again. Chiyotairyu will not, as he's lost all the traits I have laid out above.